All right. Okay, cool. So guys, you're welcome to today's webinar. And I want to welcome you all to today's webinar. For those of you who came through the filtering and the messages I've sent you via the week and still made it to this webinar, then congratulations, because you are in for a massive treat. Okay. So on today's webinar, we're going to be talking about how to get paid thousands of dollars every month working for foreign clients as a freelancer in Nigeria. And you can do this even if you don't have the skill yet, or you've not been paid in dollars before. Now, most people, or not, I won't really say most people, if you selected people with the wrong mindset, when they hear this, they hear the word client and automatically their mind goes to, oh, Yahoo, or whatever bullshit it is that their mind goes to, right? But that's not it at all. There are like thousands of legal ways for you to earn online in the world today, from the comfort of your smartphone or from your laptop. If you have a laptop, you have a smartphone, anyone you can use. And from anywhere, that remote freedom that it gives you, you can actually earn for online, right? But I'm not going to be teaching you so many ways. I'm going to be teaching you what has worked for me, which is freelancing, and what has worked for my students too, okay? And on today's webinar, I'm going to show you how we can go about that. Now, the goal of this webinar is to help you understand what freelancing is and for you to see the numerous possibilities of working with foreign clients and businesses and how it can upgrade your finances. So to simplify this in the best possible way, let's say, for instance, you are working in a Nigerian job now and they're paying you about 200,000 Naira a month, right? 200,000 Naira a month is about $300. That is even less than $300 at today's exchange rates, right? So if you're working for a foreign company or a foreign business owner, there is no way that except you're doing something like not a high income skill or you're doing such a very small job, there is no way they won't pay you above $500 to $1,000 per month. And if you convert that to Naira, what it simply means is that if you convert, let's say the worst case scenario, you're earning about $500 per month, right? That's 500 times 739 at current exchange rate. That's 369,000 Naira, 500 currently, right? So that's the opportunities that exist with freelancing. But obviously, it's not accessible to everyone because at the end of the day, information is power. What you know is actually what's going to get you out there, right? And there's tons of money out there, but what value you bring to the table and what you know is actually what's going to bring that money into your accounts. Okay, so that's the goal of today's webinar. And you see, unless you're already rich, the chances that the current state of the Nigerian economy is already messing you up. Like, let's say last year, maybe you're a big boy, a big person, you're earning at least 500K a month, right? Or you're earning 1 million a month, let's say that, right? Because that's not the typical Nigerian, that's like for the selected few of Nigerians. But let's say you are earning 1 million Naira a month last year. And the exchange rate then was about 567 Naira, right? To a dollar. If you are still earning 500K last year and you're still earning that same amount of money this year, that means your purchasing power has reduced, your income has reduced, even though you're still earning the same amount of money in Naira. Because the current exchange rates as of today when I checked was 700, it was not yesterday, it was yesterday, it was 739, right? There's always one person that will annotate on my screen. I don't know why. Please refrain from writing on my screen, else I will kick you out, please. Let's get this done. Okay, cool. So if that's the amount you were earning last year, then it simply means your income has reduced. But if you're earning $1,000 last year, technically you could have been earning maybe 570K. Let's use the estimate of 570 to a Naira, right? But if you're still earning only $1,000 every month, maybe your company is paying you $1,000 every month. This year, you're going to be earning 739,000 Naira because of the exchange rate difference. So what that does for you what that simply does for you, that it hedges you against, what do we call it? Against the inflation coming. So even if your purchasing power doesn't increase, which in most cases it does, because some things don't increase in price, right? It's still not going to go less than what you're not going to be able to afford. You're still going to be able to afford this lifestyle you're able to comfortably earn last year, this same year, okay? So, and even if, let's continue. And even if by chance you're doing pretty well, in the recent Naira to dollar price crash must have woken you up and opened your eyes to the need for you to actually earn in dollars. So I believe I just explained that now. Now, if you stay on to the end of today's webinar, you're going to learn things like what freelancing is and how you can get started. We have to find foreign clients and companies that will pay you in dollars, how to position yourself as a Nigerian freelancer to attract international clients, how to choose a profitable skill to sell as a freelancer, and the rest of that, right? You will learn how to do all of this using the 4 fail-proof steps that I will be showing to you shortly. Now, who is this webinar for? This is for anyone who wants to go full-time and recognizes the opportunities that the internet brings to the table. So deep down, you know that, okay, there's a lot of ways to make money online or to make money in this life. You can either do it physically or you can do it online. But now you understand that, okay, to make money online, the barriers are less, but you don't know what it is you want to do just yet. I mean, chances are that you've heard of different other ways to make money online, some are legit, some are scam, right? You've probably heard of different other legit ways to make money online, but maybe they don't interest you, or you're still fishing around deciding which one is for you, right? So if you're that type of person, this webinar is for you. It's also for you if you're working at a job, but you are actively looking for a side hustle that you can do part-time without you quitting your current job. This is also for you if you like to make money online without having to talk to massive amounts of people. So if you don't want to talk to 1,000 people, you don't want to be saying, come and buy my stuff, all these kind of things, right? You don't want to be talking to, if you're an introvert like me, in a way, and this is also for you, okay? Now, what makes this webinar different? You get to learn directly from someone who has actually walked the talk, right? So this is a screenshot of my Upwork profile, and down there you can see over what do we call it? You can see my 12 months earning, but that's basically under 5 months. It calculates everything within the last 12 months, right? But this has been achieved under 5 months, and it's $13,000, 558.3 this thing, right? And that's just solely on Upwork. On LinkedIn and cold emails, I close clients who are paying me approximately $4,000 each per basically I get paid $1,000 weekly. Like for monthly, my monthly salary is basically $4,000 each, right? And if we go on Upwork here, so let me not just be calling figures and there's no live proof to back it up, right? So if we go on Upwork here, so let's get into Upwork. Okay, and this is Upwork, right? I'm going to show you how to use this in a second. And let's say we go to profile, right? What's happening? What's happening? It seems like it's in the loop. So profile. Okay. All right, so if you go to the profile, you can see that I've worked 694 hours and you can see the 10K plus here, right? And this is basically, it's even up to $17,000. Let me check if they've uploaded it on the distance. That should be my stats, right? Let's see if it's there. Okay, so it has not been uploaded yet. It's been reduced. Okay, but like you can see over here, so you can see over $10,000 plus, right? So that's proof number 1. Let's continue with the webinar. Okay. Now, before we get started, let me introduce myself. My name is Walter Aina. I am a top-rated plus freelance copywriter. I am an 8-figure freelancer. I'm a mentor to over 2,000 plus students that have collectively made over $1.5 million in gigs with my teachings. I'm also a client acquisition expert. So the $1.5 million is not really a big deal. Basically, I have over 2,000 students. And for those of you who might be my students at the end of this class, let's say you get your first job at $1,000 per month. In the course of a year, you've made over $12,000 freelancing, right? So think about that number multiplied across my students. So that's simply it. In my opinion, I still think we're playing small. By the end of this year, we should be close to $3 million closed in gigs, right? So we're going to shake Africa as a whole. Now, before I was any of these things, here's how it all began. This was me back in 2018. I was working with low-paying Nigerian clients. I was being underpaid. I was a struggling copywriter. So copywriting is what I do. That's the high-income skill I sell to first world countries, business owners, people in the US, people in New Zealand, people in UK, people in UAE, yeah, and the rest of that, right? So this was me. As you can see my picture here, you can see how lean I was looking here. Sapa won't keep me, guy. So this was it. I was struggling and the rest of that. Before I was any of these things, before I achieved any of these things, this was where I started. Back when I started, I was living in a mud house and I had only my Infinix Hot 5. That's actually where I started from back in 2018. And this is the mud house. I took this picture the day I was moving out. So you can see my stuff sparks, you can see my baler, my buckets, my bags. And if you look down here, you can see the wall where there's a hole where water used to leak from. Rats and cockroaches to also enter and terrorize my life on there. I could not even afford a full carpet for this place, right? So basically, you can see how bad things were for me when I started. And most people, in fact, if you're at this webinar now, chances are you are not going to experience something as bad as this ever. right? Until I learned how to freelance properly and started landing high-paying clients who paid me in dollars, I was still struggling. And basically, and by freelancing properly, I mean not targeting Nigerian clients. Like you can be a graphic designer and be working for Nigerians. But if you're a graphic designer working for Nigerians, then you're getting paid 5K per design, 10K per design, 20K per design. And that might seem like money to you, but it's not money, because if you're getting paid $100 per design, that's like 73,000 naira, right? For one single design, and you can get paid more than that. And until I learned how to actually target foreign clients and work with them on these business, I'm not able to live the lifestyle I want and meet people of high importance. So a picture right here is with me with Honorable Akin Alabi. That was taken last year. And I've made over 100,000 US dollars in my career via freelancing. It's way more than that, actually. So this is me currently in the UAE, and this is front of the Dubai Skyview Hotel. This is me, this is the Burj Khalifa behind me. I've been able to travel to 4 countries this year thanks to freelancing. This is me, and this is one of my mentors. Some of you might actually know him, and that's Sir Ronald Nzimura, right? He is a Nigerian marketer who has sold over 40 billion naira in products, okay? And this is me flying first class. This was like last week, I think, right? This was me flying basically business class to my distance. I'm able to afford to fly business class now because of freelancing, right? And keep in mind that to get to this level, it took me quite some time, it took me 4 years. So eliminate anything that is telling you get rich quick from your head. I don't want that here, okay? So approximately, it's not, should I even talk about it? Let's just leave it. Basically, business class costs about like 1.8 million naira up for any tickets, depending on how you buy it, but more indirect and the rest of that. So the main point of me telling you this is that any amount of money you think you want to make in this life, it's out there. The main thing is, how do you position yourself out there to get it? How do you put yourself within the flow of money? And as a freelancer, I'm going to show you how you can put yourself within the flow of dollars being passed out in the foreign industry, in all these industries, people who are in crypto, people who are in people who are law firms, people who are into e-commerce and the rest of that. I will show you how you can be of value to these people, and they will happily pay you $1,000, $2,000, $5,000, $10,000 for you to actually do stuff for them. Okay, moving forward. And if you would like to, let's just leave it. What's this thing on my screen? Escape. What is this on my screen? Excuse me, something's on my screen. Okay. Okay, so, okay, let's continue. I've removed it. Okay. Now, the best part of all of this is quite simple. This transformation has not just happened for only me, but it has happened for my students too. So here's a testimonial from my students, $5,000 plus end on Upwork. I showed you guys my Upwork profile, right? Hi, Walter, I hit $5,000 and I was like, let's go. I'm so proud, right? This is from Israel Basa. It's like, with the tips you gave recently, I finally achieved this today. And this was from one of the live calls I hold with my students routinely. So you can see, if you zoom in over here, you can see the job is for an $800 budget, and they've paid him $400 already, right? So if you do 800 times 739, that's about 591K for you to revamp an e-commerce website. Like, this is where you want to put yourself if you want to actually make the most money. Because the most important thing when it comes to life, it's leverage. And leverage comes in different forms. Okay, like the first form now can be the information I'm passing out to you right now. The second form is, okay, you know that as a Nigerian, nobody will want to pay you almost 600K for you to like do small minor edits and revamp their website, or basically, right? Even to build a website, most people don't want to pay up to that amount, right? So you know, so you have to think to yourself, how do I now go from struggling to get somebody to pay me 1 million naira for a job, 500K for a job, to getting someone to give me a job where I can complete under 3 days and I'll still get paid like 600K? The answer is, you have the internet. So what you need to do is target people in the foreign countries, in the first world countries, UK, US, Australia, UAE, I think, New Zealand. There are so many, Singapore and the rest. And what this means is that their economy is bigger. They are able to spend more. They're not hiring anybody for less than like $1,000, $1,500 a month, right? And if you put yourself in that flow, you are there. So here's another testimonial from one of my students, Annette F. Young. Is like, this is true about Walter. I started freelancing and even joined your 2K challenge. That was one of the classes I held. I decided to take the course on social media marketing. I applied, and the same things result. Boom! I got my first gig at $1,000, right? And for just working 10 minutes every day, some days I don't even work at all, and I still brought them results. I recently had 3 interviews. I have another gig with a sports clothing brand, what's $6,000 for working for 6 months. So basically that's $1,000 per month, right? Then I'll get a retainer in the company and this thing. And this is just a contract job. So by the time he's done with his 6 months period, he's going to be retained if he does well and still get paid for it, right? And so depending on what your goals is, if you're getting a $1,000 per month job, that's nice. That's still good money. Especially if you are if you are a beginner, that's like very, very good money when you think about it. Even $500 per month is still good money. But at the end of the day, good money is also what you decide that good money is. Everyone has the idea of what they want to make in this life, right? So here is one more. This is my favorite testimonial. It's like, boss, good evening. This is just a random appreciation message. You could have kept your knowledge to yourself and not share with us. Your selflessness is changing my life. I owe you on that testimonial video coming this month. Is the least I can do. And I love this testimonial because unlike my other testimonials where you're talking about, okay, I made $14,000, I made $1,000, I made $2,000. This one is just like hitting the nail on the spot. It also shows why I do these things, why I hold a webinar like this, and why I actually spread out my knowledge out there and help people, okay? Now, to make this even better, this isn't a one-off type of thing. Just because you got paid $2,000 doesn't mean you won't get paid more and above that. So just because your first gig is at maybe $500, $1,000, $200, it doesn't mean you still won't make more down the line, right? If you are making $1,000 every month, there's still room for you to grow and be making $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 every month as a freelancer, right? And I'm going to show you the secret to doing that. It's something called retainer, and I'm going to show you how you can do that as we go forward in this webinar, okay? And if you're raising your hands, please note everyone is muted, so I don't want any rowdiness on this webinar. At the end of this webinar, you'll be able to ask your questions and I will answer them, all right? All right, let's proceed. Now, so I guess what I'm trying to say is that this works. It has worked for me, it has worked for my students, and I sincerely believe that it can work for you too, but that will be up to you to decide, okay? Now, the question is, would you want to go through all I went through, or would you choose the simpler, faster, and more straightforward way to achieving the type of results that both I and my students are achieving? And to that end, I would like you to respond with a firm yes in the chat box if you are with me. So in the comment section, simply reply yes or no. Do you want to go through all I went through from the mud house to the struggle and everything it took me to get to where I am today? Or would you want to cruise like my students with the faster, simpler method of getting it, okay? Awesome, 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 awesome. Love the replies I'm getting. Okay, okay, okay. Awesome, okay. Now, one more thing before we dive in. You may be wondering whether you can or you cannot do what I'm about to share with you today. And this is a valid concern because what you really want to know is, will this time be different? Will you finally be able to get the solution you've been looking for all this while? Like I said, I don't expect you to be on this webinar. It's the first time you're hearing of, at least because that's why I made it to be on Zoom, Seth. Because anyone who cannot join Zoom or sign up on Zoom or use the Zoom app is not going to be able to do freelancing, right? And that's like the reality of it. You want to, so I don't believe this is the first money-making online opportunity you want to actually endeavor in. And whether you decide if this is going to be for you or not, it's still entirely up to you. And if you're wondering if this can be for you or not, I believe that it is for you. And I believe as you can, and as we go through this presentation today, I'm going to show you how this unique approach that I and my students use, seem to work for different people from different backgrounds, all with their own unique set of challenges. I have students who are single mothers. I have students who are married people. I have students who are 18 years. I have students who just graduated from yesterday and see that Nigeria is a battle zone and the rest of that, right? I have those people from different backgrounds. So look for that, and it should help you see that you too, in fact, that you can do this. Now, on that note, let's get started. So first thing there, what is freelancing and how does freelancing work? So freelancing, in the simplest definition I can actually give you, is you selling a service to multiple people. So take, for instance, I as a writer now, I am working with only Dangote Cement. Let's use something we're familiar with. I'm working with only Dangote Cement, and I'm getting paid $400K every month, right? That's awesome. But if I was a freelancer, I can be working. I can choose to work with Dangote Cement, Golden Penny, Aquafina Table Water, or any of these table water companies, Ever Bottled Water, and probably Indomie. I'm just calling companies in Nigeria that you'll be familiar with. And instead of working for instead of getting my monthly salary at $400K a month, working for only Dangote, for Dangote Cement, I can then decide that, okay, this is what I'm offering as a freelancer. And I'm going to be charging these companies $200K each month for it. And the best part is that when they hire you as a freelancer, you are seen as an expert because of the perception and the rest of that, right? Because it takes real guts for you to actually be a freelancer and not be tied to just one company, right? So if you charge these 4 companies 200K a month, that means you're making 800K a month instead of making this thing. And you'll be doing way less work, because if you're working for one company, they can be diverting you and the rest of that. But working with multiple companies, you have strict distance. You might just be working at least, for each company, you can be working as high as 8 hours a week, depending on if you want to work for a single company. That's still awesome. Like I said, there are different ways to do this. If you're earning hourly, let's take, for instance, I'm going to show you some hourly testimonials here, by the way. But let's take, for instance, you get a freelance job as a copywriter or as a web designer, and you're working 8 hours a week for $20 per hour. So that's 8 hours a day for $20 per hour. That's 8 times 20. That's $160 per day, right? So 160 times 5 days a week, that's $800 per week, and $800 per week times this, and that's $2,400 per month, right? $2,400 per month at Nigeria's economy is, let me just do that math quickly, right? It's 1.7 million there, right? So you see the advantage of that. And you earning you working $20 per hour is still you on the low end, because what I'm going to be showing you to use here is something called high income skills. So let's get to that, right? But basically, I'm explaining what freelancing is and how it works, right? So that's simply what freelancing is. You're working with multiple clients or multiple companies or multiple businesses instead of working with just one business, right? And the best way to do this is, number one, not by working with Nigerians. I have a very strict no Nigerian working rule. Nigerians will stress you. Oh God, even like, take for instance, even some of you that are here. Some of you came into my DM and the first thing you did was to start calling me when there was an automated message that told you what to do, join the group, and the webinar will hold this out today, right? Do you see that kind of stress? Now imagine working with a Nigerian company. They will stress you and you want them to pay you 400K a month. You go see Shege, no problem. I have people that have transferred from 9 to 5 into freelancing, so I know what's going on there. You will see Shege. All right, so that's basically it. Now, how does freelancing work? It's simple. You find foreign clients that will pay you, and you need these things. Number one, a high income skill. 2, present yourself where foreign clients can find you. And 3, get paid for it, okay? So let's go into that. Now that you know and understand what freelancing is, let's move on to the 4 secret faithful steps that I and my students use that makes a massively successful freelancer. Step 1 is get a high income skill. So you might be asking, what is a high income skill? I didn't just say get a skill. Take note, I said get a high income skill. So a high income skill is a skill that has the ability to get you paid thousands of dollars, and also this thing is in high demand. And lastly, it's not something that AI or computer can easily do. It's not something that anyone can easily do, right? And it's not because it's difficult to do, it's because most people are not actually doing it here, and the value it brings to the business is really large. Okay, so that's my simplest definition of a high income skill, a skill that can get you paid thousands of dollars and also is in high demand. You want to make sure the skill you decide to do has 2 of these things. If you have a skill that can get you paid thousands of dollars, but it's not in high demand, let's say you're working with a client and getting paid $2,000, $3,000 per month, right? And then something happens, let's take a break for like a year, let's take a break for like 6 months, or maybe they drop you off, they're like, they don't want to work with you again, and the rest of that. It might take you 2, 3 months to get your next job, and you don't want that, which is why you want something that meets both criteria, that's also in high demand. And if you have a skill that is high demand but not gets paid thousands of dollars, that means you can be doing up to 10 jobs and be making only $400 or $500, right? That doesn't make sense, right? That's why you want to have a combination of both things. Can get you paid thousands of dollars and it's also high in demand. Okay, so once you have a high income skill, the importance of this step is that the more money you can demand, the more money you can make, right? The faster you will see progress and success, because you have something that can get you paid thousands of dollars and it's also high in demand. So even if, basically, even if it takes you like 2, 3 weeks, 1 month, 2 months to get your first client, you get your first client at $1,000. That simply means that you made 720,000 naira in 2 months. If you still break that up, that's like 350K plus in like per month, right? So you see that that's something. The more demand that is out there, the more money you can make. And if you have a high income skill and you know how to actually properly position yourself, it's not going to take you up to 2 months to get your first clients. There's no fucking reason why it should take you up to a month to get your first freelancing clients. Okay. So the faster you'll be able to see progress when you actually have a high income skill. And this is what separates you from the other freelancers out there, because freelancing is not something that is new. It's been there for years, even before I came into the game, right? most people out there, they have skills, all right. They have skills that are important, but the skills don't have the ability to be high paid, and it's not maybe generating tons of demand. And if it does not meet those two criteria joined together, they can find themselves struggling for a very long time. They're either basically doing jobs and not getting paid enough for it, and the rest of that, okay? And thirdly, the third importance of this is that it becomes harder for you to fail, the harder it becomes for you to fail. Now, step 2, position yourself on freelance platforms where you can find freelance clients, right? So what kind of platforms can you position yourself on? There are 2 types of platforms, right? The first can be something like Upwork here. So if we go to, let's go to Upwork, let's click on Upwork, right? Okay. So the first type of platforms where you can get freelance clients to actually hire you is when you position yourself on freelance platforms like Upwork. So this is upwork.com. So when you get here, you can simply just scroll, right? And you can see this person has spent over $10,000 hiring. It says copywriter/editor. I need a copywriter and editorial support for email marketing campaigns, ad copy, media pitches, website development, and the process of launching my new Pause, Breathe, Reflect meditation app. So I'm looking for someone who has meditation and mindfulness practices or know the industry. Additionally, to be helpful, let's not even stop reading this thing, but basically the main thing that matters here is the person is willing to pay within $40 per hour to $75 per hour, right? And the job is basically around $30 per week. It's no more than 30 hours per week. So let's say you get this job at the lowest rate the person is willing to pay you, $40 per hour, and you are working 20 hours per week. You are still basically making $800 every week and $2,400 every month, right? And you can see right here, this client is a very good client because his average hourly rate that he has paid is $41 per hour. So that gives the client that wants to hire you to do something. So if you have a skill that can, if you're a copywriter like me now, I can apply to this job because the client is willing to pay well and the client knows what they want, right? I can apply to it. And if I'm working just 20 hours a week with this particular client, I can easily be making $1,000 every week from this same particular client that I'm helping write his emails, write stuff that is going to put on his app, and basically write his videos, the video scripts and the rest of that. I can simply be making tons of money from that, right? So you see what I'm talking about? That's the leverage that most people do not have. Okay, so you can look at it from graphic designer, web designer. Okay, so this client has not hired anyone yet. And keep in mind, today is Saturday, right? Yeah, today is Saturday, so this is weekend. And one thing I can tell you is that Americans or Igbo, they take their weekends very, very seriously. Okay, so killer sales copy required. Let's look for something more let's look for a more viable job. Okay, $100 spent. SAP specialized copywriter. So we're not going to really see any top tier job that much this weekend. Let's say storyteller, sport enthusiast, and the rest. The person is willing to pay $11 to $35 per hour, right? And it's still for the same 30 hours a week. So you can work with clients like this. Like there are tons of jobs like this out there, depending on what you do. If you're not a copywriter, if you're a graphic designer, if you're a web designer, let's look at that, right? If you're into graphics design, web design, you can simply just come here. Let's say you're a web developer, right? You're a web developer. And that's even something complicated. Let's say you're a technical writer or any of these simple high income skills I'll be showing you how to acquire pretty soon, right? And we're looking for jobs. He's willing to pay within $15 to $30 per hour, $14 to $28 per hour, right? And this client has spent over $100,000 plus hiring people off Upwork. Let's look for any other job. So you can see this one, $15 to $30 per hour and $60 to $80 per hour, right? That's the kind of thing you want, because these are high income skills that people want you to actually help them do and solve for their businesses, and they're willing to pay you really good money for these particular skills. Okay, so that's the first way you can find freelance clients. Now, the second way you can find freelance clients is by positioning yourself on other platforms like social media, sending cold emails, and the rest of that. This is how you find freelance clients. And what matters is the perception value these clients have for you. So the first thing you want to do is you want to have a really good profile picture, right? And this is because even if you're from Nigeria, you want to have like a really good profile picture that sets you apart from the others. So it's not saying it doesn't have to be anything special. You can simply just take your phone, take a selfie down to like a plain white background or a plain black background, plain distance, and take it. Or you can go to the studio and get a simple profile picture. After you've gotten that, then you can upload it on a profile. The next thing you want to know is you want to know how to send proposals, well-written proposals. Know how to structure your profile, and you want to know how to send well-written proposals, know how to structure your profile, and basically do your outreach completely, okay? So that's step 2 for getting high-paying clients. So the importance of this step is you get paid strictly in dollars, you get high-paying jobs faster, and you have less competition if done properly. So when you put yourself on the platform where first world country business owners can see you, you get paid strictly in dollars, or maybe pounds if that's what the client wants to pay you, but you're getting paid in top currencies. That's what matters. You get high-paying jobs faster because you are out there, people can see you. It's one thing to have a skill and say, okay, I'm a graphic designer, I'm a video editor, and nobody is hiring you, or nobody knows that this is what you're good at, or no foreign client is hiring you, right? So you get high-paying jobs faster. And also, if you can separate yourself from the rest, you get less competition if done properly, okay? There are thousands of jobs out there, like job boku, thousands of jobs. As we're talking now, if we refresh in the next 10 minutes, you see a new job, you see new jobs being posted out there. So like the pool is big, everyone can eat. There's no, if I bring you in, you won't be able to, then my job, I'll do my, that's not possible. Because me, myself, I have over 10 employees I'm hiring, right? I have assistants who are helping me in the group. I have a web developer. I have a UI UX designer for other different projects I'm carried on. So me, myself, I'm paying people to work for me, paying them good money too. And that's it. And basically, if you start and you get to my level, you would also want to like maybe start up something. You will hire more people, and that's the beauty of it. And not besides that, Seth, you get to a level you have much more clients, you have enough clients. What you're simply doing at that level is quite simple. You are, what do we call it? You can get a job and refer it to another freelancer, right? So let's say you get a job at $2,000. You can tell on that guy, okay, so I know you can do this for, so do this job for me and send it back to me, I'll send it to the clients. And you pay the person $1,000, you get to keep $1,000 by simply just giving the job out to the person, and you can still keep working on your own personal projects. You see how amazing that stuff is, right? Awesome. So this is where the real money is, actually, putting yourself out there where people can see you. Because it doesn't matter what kind of high income skill I showed to you today, or what kind of high income skill you already have. If people are not seeing you, if people are not hiring, if people don't know about you, they're not going to get paid. If you're not going to get paid, how are you going to make money? If you're not making money, how are you going to achieve financial freedom that you actually need and deserve? Or how are you going to use money for the particular things that you actually need, right? Cool. Now, quick question. How does one separate themselves from other freelancers offering the same services as them? Because if, let's take for me, for instance, I'm a copywriter. There are lots of other copywriters in Nigeria, outside Nigeria, in the world, basically. So how do I distinguish myself from them? Or let's say whatever skill you're offering, you're a web designer, web developer, graphic designer, video editor. How do you distinguish yourself from other people? I'm going to show you now, which is step 3, for you to create compelling offers. And the beautiful thing about creating compelling offers is you don't really have to do anything different. Like, this is stuff that most people never think about. And I only got this through investing in courses and basically putting myself out there every day, working hard for it, right? For the past 4 years. So when you want to create a compelling offer, it's simple. Let's say, what example should I use now? And just to be sure you guys are following me, let's proceed. If you're following me and you're following me up to this point, simply reply with 5 in the comment section. Let's continue, okay? Awesome. Let's continue. So you want to create compelling offers. So creating compelling offers is basically you just showing the client that you are different from other freelancers, or you are solving a particular important problem to them. It's basically in the way you present yourself, right? So let's say, what skill should I use as an example now? Let's say you're a copywriter, right? Let me just use writing, not only copywriter. Let's say you're a writer and you write blog posts. I believe everyone knows what a blog is, right? You write strictly blog posts. Blogs are not hard. 500 to 1,000, 1,500 to 1,000 words. That's not something that is hard, right? In a day, you can complete it. 2 days, 3 days, you can complete it. And they can pay you up to $200, $500 for a blog post, over $1,000. It depends on what stage you are in your expertise as a freelancer, okay? So let's say you write blog posts, right? Now, what you simply want to do is, if you are applying to a job on, let's say, Upwork. Let's say you're using Upwork platform to get clients, right? If you're applying to a job on Upwork, you want to show, you simply just need, your offer can be as simple as, hey, I can see you're looking for a blog post writer to do blah, 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 XYZ blog post for you. To write a blog post on your supplement, or on the supplements you sell. I can do this for you. And here's what I will do if you get to work with me. I would also create an extra email sequence for you that would help clients or help customers who come from your website, who come from your blog post, be able to convert more. That's a simple step of creating a compelling offer. Creating a compelling offer can also be simply just you mentioning how you are going to do the job. Like it's that simple. Let's still take this instance of blog post. When you're talking about the offer for it, you can be like, all right, so what I'll do for you is we will get on the call for 1 hour. You will tell me all you need for this blog post. I will take my time, break it step by step and show you how I'm going to write this blog post. Like this is me talking this time, but basically, so your offer can be, we would say we will get on the 1 hour call. And after the call, I will write 2 samples of the blog post to you and send it to you. Like it's simply as that. And the client sees more value in you because number one, you look more like an expert. Number two, you are really resonating with the client. You're really understanding the client's pain points and problem, right? But even if you don't tell the client and have the client hire you, there's a chance that you might have to write 2 versions for yourself to actually clear that, okay, this thing I've written is good, right? But you just tell the client what you're going is basically your work process. It's as simple as that, okay? So that's what separates the freelancers who are making $200 per month, $100 per month, from the freelancers who are making $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 per month, per project, per gig. This is what separates them, their offers, how you present yourself, what it is you do. Another simple example is you're a graphic designer. If you're a graphic designer now who works for, you just brand yourself as, I'm a graphic designer, I can design your flyer, I can design your blah, 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 right? You can be getting paid maybe $50 per design, or at most you're making $500 per month. But now if I take myself as a graphic designer and I say, I'm a graphic designer, but I work with only YouTube content creators, and I design their thumbnails for them. You know those pictures you see before you click on a video on YouTube? Yeah, I design it and it helps them increase their click-through rate. It helps them increase what they do, the amount of people watching their videos, which in turn helps them make more money, right? And helps YouTube pay them more, right? You see that I can take that, the way I presented myself now, I'm not specified, and I have a mind-blowing offer. Now I can charge each person $1,000 per month for designing maybe 10 thumbnails for them for the videos they'll do in a week, right? It's as simple as that. Or I can, on that angle can be, instead of just being the regular graphics, and I can say I design this thing, Instagram pages for e-commerce brands, and I can charge $500, $1,000, $2,000 per month for that. That is what separates you from others. That is where that's where you go from earning just $500 per month, earning $3,000, $4,000 per month when you know your onions. Okay, so let's continue. Now, the importance of this step 3 is you separate yourself from the competition. You get to set your own prices, the big prices, right? And you get paid more. So simply put, we've gone through step 1, which is get a high income skill. A high income skill is basically something like I get you paid thousands of dollars and also is in high demand. Step 2 is simply positioning yourself where freelance clients can find you, people from first world countries can find you. And step 3 is you creating compelling offers. Now down to step 4, which is simply get hired and get paid. So yeah, simply once you've implemented step 1, step 2, step 3, you're going to what it's going to result in is you getting hired and you getting paid. That's the simplest step. You getting paid, you receiving your money well, because if you receive your money at official CBN rates, you can be getting your $1,000 at $450K instead of $739,000, right? So you don't want that. You want to find the best exchange rates possible so you can receive your money really well. Okay, that's step 4. Get hired and get paid. Okay. Now the importance of step 4 is simply you're able to afford a better lifestyle. You stop earning in Naira, you start earning in dollars, and nobody sees you as a failure or doubts you again. If anybody is asking you why you're always on your phone, or do you think your thing is going to pay you, you're going to shut them up with the results you've gotten. Like one of my favorite testimonies from one of my students, I'll show you as long as we go down on this part. Keva, her mom was always asking her, when is your writing thing going to pay? Why are you always on your phone? Blah, 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 blah. And now she's making at least $1,000 per month from simply writing for foreign clients, okay? So that's it. So far, we've covered what freelancing is and how you can get started, where you can find foreign clients and companies that will pay you in dollars, how to position yourself as a Nigerian freelancer to attract international clients, the 4 fail-proof steps needed to become a Nigerian freelancer earning in dollars, right? And now, if you are listening and still eager to become a high-paid freelancer, you want to be a freelancer, maybe you want to be a copywriter like me, or you want to do into graphic design, you want to do web development, you want to be a technical writer, You want to go into digital marketing and get paid thousands of dollars from it by simply working with either your phone or you are working with, what do we call it, your laptop, right? Then you are in for a treat because I have something really special for you. You agree with me that it has been a time well spent so far. So far, I can't cover everything in an hour's webinar. And here's a special offer that you can get everything you need to know. And if you act fast, I'm going to give you a very special deal. Now, when it comes to making money online, how would you like to eat your cake and have it? Because there are different ways to make money, basically. So you can decide that you want to do crypto trading, and there's a chance that if you put 100K, your money is gone. You put 1 mil, your money is gone. Crypto does not humble any, does not care about what you do, right? I take some of my profits, I take some of the money I make from freelancing and invest in other distance so I can make more money coming back to me. But that's how you grow wealth, basically, right? And I've had some bad losses in crypto. So that's not something you want to do if you're just delving into the online space. And it requires a whole lot of research and a whole lot of work. So so basically you can have a skill. This skill now will be with you for a lifetime. You get a certificate for this skill. You are getting paid thousands of dollars for this same skill. And you can keep, if you keep improving on this skill as long as you go on this life, you're going to continue making way more money than it. In my definition, that's you eating your cake and having it back. Okay? I mean, the chances are this isn't the first time you're hearing of, this isn't the first money-making opportunity you're learning about online, right? Talked about that before. So you've probably heard of different type of things. And you might have heard of others, but you never jumped in because you're asking yourself this question: how do I minimize the risks and pressure that comes with making money online and you maximize the benefits? So when it comes to, like, I don't know about you, what kind of risk taker you are, but me, if I want to take risks, I like to first put my leg inside, feel the water. Is it deep? Is it shallow? Instead of me just jumping straight into the water and finding out if it's deep or shallow. And if it's shallow, I break my neck. If it is deep, I drown, right? I want to actually ease myself comfortably. So I put my legs, I put my hands, and the rest of that. Whichever type of risk taker you are, I believe most people are the latter. I mean, most people are like me, who are actually cautious, because I did it. I did serious filtering for this webinar. I could have had way more than people here right now, the 200 plus people here right now, but I decided to filter a lot because I don't want people anyhow questions attending my webinar, okay? So with that, let's proceed, guys. So before I proceed, please note, don't let old habits stop you from taking advantage of this. You know, the old habits, are you sure I can do this? I did not finish school, and that's a very good one. So long as you have secondary school education, you can do this. Because I personally, I dropped out of the university back in 2018 when things were dire for me. Before I moved to my mother's house where I had nothing, I personally dropped out in 2018. So till today, I don't have a degree, but yet I'm still making, nothing less than $10,000 per month from freelancing, only freelancing alone, right? So don't let those kind of old habits distract you. And the second thing might be, okay, you might be wondering, okay, if this guy is making so much money, why is he teaching us this? Or why is he going to charge us for this? The answer is simple. Number one, I showed you a testimonial earlier on for those of you who attended earlier, where my student was like, I could have kept my knowledge to myself, but my selflessness is paying him. And Samuel has made over $20,000 as a freelancer within the beginning of this year till now, right? We're in the 9th month of the year. So that's the first reason, seeing people being able to change their life. And I'm going to see their testimonials. I have tons of video testimonials I'll share with you of my students who are making a lot of money from freelancing. So that's the first step. That's the first reason why I'm helping you, or why I'm holding this webinar. So I love helping people. And I know that some of you here are going to be the ones sending me a video testimonial of the first gig you've made or the first job you've closed and the rest of that. Like, I know it's without a doubt in my mind, okay? You might be the one. The second reason is simple. I'm going to charge you an amount of money for this. So it's basically like an extra source of income. I'm going to teach you something, and I believe I should be paid in return for it, okay? So that's the second reason. Now, with that said, let's proceed. With that said, I would like to personally invite you to the High Paid Freelancers Premium Program. So this is my flagship program, and I founded it last year, August, when I came out to start teaching people. And within last year, August till this year, September, my 2,000 plus students have made over $1.5 million closed in gigs. And it's been really awesome. I didn't expect it to be something that grew to be as big as this. Personally, I don't want to teach like 100 people and then disappear and continue focusing on my work because I'm an introvert. I don't like stress. I don't like conversations so much, right? But like, it's going to something bigger. And now I feel like, okay, this is a purpose for me. There's a reason why God is making this so popular. And let me put it out there for more people to actually get in. And the best thing about freelancing is that it can also be your path to Japa, basically. You can get a job for a foreign firm. And I'm going to show you one of my students who got one as we go down. And you leave the country, okay? Now, to help you decide if this program is for you, here is what you get when you sign up as a new member today. Section number 1, the beginner-friendly Upwork Mastery course that is designed to take you from $0 to $6,000 in 4 months. So you're going to learn how to use Upwork, how to write mind-blowing proposals on Upwork, proposals that will get people to respond to you, how to design your Upwork profile, how to set your Upwork profile, how to set your Upwork hourly rates, how to structure your Upwork profile so that it looks professional when you're doing your outreach, how to chat with clients so that when you guys are already in the interview stage, they can go ahead to work with you. And everything you need to know about Upwork, your payment systems, how to set up a payment system, how to use Upwork catalog, and the rest of that. This is what you're going to learn in section number 1. And this is for client acquisition. Section number 2, you're going to learn a LinkedIn outbound client acquisition masterclass. How anyone can find and close high-paying clients on LinkedIn without relying on luck. And LinkedIn is like a big pond. It's my favorite, and that's what I mainly use for getting clients, because on LinkedIn, what you simply have to do is on LinkedIn, you have access to CEOs, top decision makers, chief revenue officers, founders, co-founders, and the rest of that. So how do you reach out to this specific type of people and tell them, hey, I want you to, I am a graphic designer, I'm a web developer, I am a writer, I am an email writer. You don't have to be a general writer. You can be an email writer, you can be a blog writer, right? So you can be a technical writer, you can be, and the rest of that. Here's what I can do for you, hire me. How do you reach out to them and show your value to them? And I'm going to show you how you can actually do this on LinkedIn and get high-paying jobs, okay? And LinkedIn has the highest paying clients, in my opinion. LinkedIn has one of the highest paying clients there, because it's basically like an office platform, like a work platform. So there are always this constant debates about, let your salary rate not be too low, companies taking advantage of blah, 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 the whole wokeness. So it also actually aids you in closing deals that will actually pay you way more money. Okay, so far, if you're liking what you're hearing, simply type 7 in the comment section. Let me know that you guys are following me and we can proceed. So on this LinkedIn section, I'm also going to show you how to set up your LinkedIn profile, how to filter your LinkedIn profile. So you have more foreigners in your list. That way, because if you're connecting on LinkedIn, it's not Nigerians are looking for, like I said, we're not looking for Nigerians. Nigerians will not pay us money. Nigerians will not elevate us out of poverty. It's not what's going to work. You want to work with people who can pay you in dollars and pay you really well for it. I'm going to show you how you can go about that. And basically, you're going to learn all of that in the LinkedIn session. So I can see your replies. So awesome, 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 awesome. Somebody is typing 5. I said 7 though. Okay, so let's proceed. So that's for section number 2. Now, section number 3, you're going to learn the Facebook client acquisition system. How to find more clients than you ever need on Facebook without you spending a dime. So Facebook is still a very popular platform where business owners create specific groups. Let's say copywriters like me now can create groups out there, and there are ways you can actually enter this group and target people on this group and get them to hire you to work for them. So I'm going to show you how you can use Facebook to get these clients, bring them to your timeline, what you need to say, what you need to do. I'm going to give you templates for everything, both the Upwork and LinkedIn. I'm going to give you templates, outreach templates that will take you step by step to get it. So what this does is that it speeds your progress. I like above seeing my students get results, I like seeing them get results fast, because it gives you the first taste of blood. It gives you satisfaction. So instead of you just hearing me now saying, okay, I make $10,000 monthly, and you have seen my students who are making $2,000, $3,000, $1,000 monthly, you get your first taste of blood. Maybe your first taste of blood can be $300 for a single gig, and you're like, oh, more, this works for me now. So if I can make $300, I can make $1,000, I can make $10,000, I can make $100,000 as time goes on, right? So that's why my program is structured the way it is, for you to get fast results as soon as possible, as long as you go through it stagiously, okay? So that's what you're going to learn on the Facebook. Also going to learn how to set up a profile, how to create inbound and outbound content, how to chat with business owners who you want them to hire you, okay? So that's for the client acquisition aspects. So far what you're getting is the beginner-friendly Upwork Mastery course, worth over 100K, the outbound LinkedIn outbound client acquisition masterclass, worth over 150, Facebook client acquisition worth over 100,000, total worth 350. But you are not going to be paying 350,000 there. You're not going to be paying anywhere near this amount, because I have greatly subsidized it for those of you on this webinar now, which is for those of you present on this webinar. You're not going to pay this amount of money. I know most people cannot afford 350K for a course, right? So let's proceed. But that's not all. I wanted to make this really simple for beginners and those who don't have the digital skills yet. So if you don't have a digital skill yet, but you're like, Walter, how can I go about this? I don't know how to do copywriting like you. I don't know how to design. I don't know how to design images. I'm not a graphic designer. I don't have web design skills. I don't have this type of skills. You're like, Walter, how can I go about it? Right? It's quite simple. I have provided with you 5 high income skills that can help alter that you will learn one. You don't need to learn all of the skills. Just learn one. Pick one client acquisition aspect, combine them, both of them, and start making your thousands of dollars in as soon as possible, as long as you're paying attention and putting in the work. Okay. Remember, that mindset of get rich quick scheme here. So not just any type of skills, but these skills are high paying, high income skills, like I said. So these are skills that can get you paid thousands of dollars and also have tons of demand out there in the market. Remember what I said about high paying skills. You want both of those things. Actually, if you're having a skill, can get you paid thousands of dollars, there's tons of demand for it in the market. Because that way you can get your first job faster, and you're not just you getting your first job faster, you're also getting paid way more money than the person who got the same job at the same time as you or got a job similar to you. Okay, so sorry about that. All right, so with that said, the first high income skill you're going to be learning is the kick-ass copywriting course. So this is me, I am the creator of this. You're going to learn how to write copy as a beginner that will get you more sales, clients, and money that you can ever imagine. So copywriting is quite simple. It's you simply writing words that help people to buy. You know, all these adverts you see on TV, it's a copywriter that wrote the script for that. Or maybe you're reading through something, you want to buy something, it's a copywriter that wrote it. Sometimes emails and the rest of that, it can either be a copy or a content writer that wrote about it. Okay, so you are going to learn how to do it, how to design sales, how to write sales pages, how to write emails, how to write this thing, Facebook ads, and the rest of that. And these are high income skills because copywriting is the highest paid writing skill that is out there, right? That's why I'm able to easily make thousands of dollars from it. So you're going to learn it. I created a course on what I would have done it from beginning to the ending if I just woke up one morning and I didn't know about copywriting again. And you can simply replicate my footsteps and learn copywriting from this. Okay, so that's the first high income skill you're getting. And this is one of my students, Keva, the one I told you guys about earlier, right? So you can see right here, it was like, Walter, I just wanted to thank you because your course opened the way for me. I have earned 3,000 plus on Upwork from January to now. And this was like, she sent me this testimonial months ago. So she's probably around 7, 8, 9, 10K by now, right? From January to now, this was actually around March, actually. She was making like $1,000 a month. I have a job success score of 93%, and I am just 19 to be 20, Walter. Thank you so much. So she was showing me, she got an iPhone. I don't know what girl was like with iPhone, but she got an iPhone with the money she has made. So if that's what you want to do, kudos, it's your money. Use your money to do what you want to do, but basically that's it, right? But that's one, this is one of my students, she's a copywriter, right? And this is what you're going to learn in the copywriting course. You're going to learn how to use the skill, combine it with client acquisition, and we're good to go. So the second high income skill you're getting is the content writing and content marketing crash course. Learn how to create and write simple content that goes viral for businesses. So content writing is quite fast. So what I did is I shrinked it for you on how for you to be a good content writer, the rules of being a content writer, how to avoid plagiarism, how to ethically steal ideas. Yeah, it's a very thin line, and if you don't know that, you're going to struggle with creating ideas and struggle with creating your mock-up portfolio, struggle with creating or writing for clients, right? I get that not everyone wants to be a writer yet, so don't worry, there are other skills I'm going to show you right now, right? So you're going to learn that, you're going to learn how to create a content calendar. And what makes this important is that, okay, take for instance, a company wants to hire a content writer to write blog posts for them, right? A simple offer you can do is that you tell them you create a content calendar for them based on their business. That already sets you apart from the rest of, that sets you apart from the rest of the other content writers that might be applying for that job, or the other people they might be considering, right? And this is the stuff I'm actually going to show you in the key content writing and content marketing crash course, okay? So there are 2 courses on content writing in the HPF Academy. You're going to get access to all of them today. So you can see Elo, well, this is one of my students, Elo, right? And he's a content writer. Is like, sorry, I'm having kata. This is like, I was like, as this arrived now, so he received a payment and I was looking for it. It was like, we later used Upwork, and we have been using Upwork, but it's good for me, but the payment charges so Upwork actually charges you 8% for the first job you get. They charge you about 10%, maybe 20% for the first job you get off the platform, right? So they're going to charge you for that. Imagine my first gig on Upwork being $1,000. And by the end of this month, I should be on $2,000. That's enough momentum for me there, right? And you see how amazing that is. I'm going to bounce it back to you out there. Imagine if your first gig on Upwork is $1,000. How much do you think it would be worth to pay for someone to show you how to do that, right? And keep in mind, on the Upwork this, I'm going to show you how to open an Upwork account. People charge money for this. People charge 5K to 20K for opening an account. So I'm going to show you how you can do this for yourself, and Upwork would approve you, okay? So that's it. So high income skill number 2 is you're learning is the full stack digital marketing course. So you're going to learn everything about digital marketing, from YouTube marketing to using YouTube ads, from KPIs to social media marketing to email marketing and that. The full ecosystem of the digital marketing world. You're going to learn how to do this. This is one of the biggest courses out there. If you go out to any, maybe if you have any major cyber cafe in your area or this, and maybe they offer stuff like this, ask them how much they charge, or any of these academies. You're seeing them charging anywhere from 250K to 700K to $1 million to teach you for a whole year how to go about it. But you're not going to be paying anywhere near that amount today. You're going to be paying a really subsidized amount. And please keep in mind that these skills I'm showing you out here, you don't have to learn all of them. Pick one. You are picking only one. Please, this is my instruction as your mentor, as your teacher. Pick only one. If it's digital marketing, say you want to do, pick only digital marketing. If it's content writing, say you want to do, pick only content writing. If it's copywriting or technical writing, web development, and the rest of the skills I'll be showing you here, pick only one. Go to the client acquisition aspects. Learn how to get clients on Upwork, learn how to get clients on Facebook, learn how to get clients on LinkedIn, and use your skill and pitch to them. And you'll get the fastest results, to be honest, right? I didn't add that testimonial on this slide, but I'll show it to you guys after the class, okay? One of my students who made over $1,100 and something in basically a week after getting my course, okay? So this is another of my students, Ransom Olukutun. He's a digital marketer. He was like, he's showing me a screenshot of the job he did. He was like, completed this yesterday. And truly, what you say our clients that pay on the high side is very true. I don't ever want to work for low-paying clients moving forward. I don't see shege for their hand. Have you seen shege in Nigerian clients' hand? No problem. You will see shege if you don't want to start working for foreign or first world countries, right? Got another job at $600 for the gig. I'm supposed to start this weekend, and I don't know. I cannot see this well, but I think it's about $800 he got this job for, right? So if you combine both of them together, that's 800 plus 600 within a 2-week space. 800 plus 600. He has made $1,400, right? And if that was at our current exchange rate, he has made $1 million in a 2-week space, all from design, all from digital marketing, all for doing simple digital marketing tasks for clients in the first world countries for their business. Maybe he's helping them arrange their social media. Maybe he's helping them create their content calendar or lay out their social media calendar and the rest of that, right? Awesome. So far, I'm going to go through that later. Basically, high income skill number 4 you're going to get is the social media marketing school, right? Learn how to use the power of social media to get more clients and build businesses. So this is very important because I'm sure you have a favorite brand, or you're on Twitter, you're on Instagram, you're on Facebook, right? You know, at these companies, they have their particular social media pages. So the person who manages that, imagine how much they pay the person for just writing tweets, for just writing their Facebook post, for just coming up with captions for their Instagram post and the rest of that, right? You are going to learn how you can actually position yourself in this and tap money from it. And I shared the testimonial earlier on for one of my students who's a social media marketer, right? Who was making $1,000 per month for working less than 10 minutes every day. So that's the ease of it. But like, you have to pay your dues before you get to that level. And that's one thing I want you to actually take serious, okay? So I think this is testimonial, yeah. So this of Anacity F. Young's, like, this is true, but what I started the freelance and even joined the 02K challenge as a graphic designer, but nothing happened. So I took the course on social media marketing and applied the same things you taught. Boom, I got my first job at $1,000 per gig. Sorry, at $1,000 for $1,000 per month. Just working 10 minutes every day. Some days I don't even work at all. And I still brought them results, right? So the results can be you taking them from 1,000 followers to 2,000 followers because you are now the one creating content specifically for them, or now you are the one making their post more engaging and the rest of that, right? I recently had 3 interviews. I just have an interview with a sports clothing brand worth $6,000 to work 6 months. Then I will get a retainer and equity in the company if I exceed expectations. So you can see the ease of doing this. Which Nigerian company wants to start paying you $730K a month as a beginner? And just for you to post on them? Let me give you an insight. The first job I got ever as a freelancer was it was basically around, it was still copyright, it was basically like kind of copywriting, but I was managing their Facebook, their Instagram, and Twitter. I was responding to their messages, I was creating the content, I was writing the captions, I was posting the clothes on the Facebook marketplace, right? All of these, and I was getting paid only 10,000 naira. per month. So after that, I had a serious burnout and I was like, oh, I've seen Shege, not again. I was still living in my mother's house then. I was like, if I'm going to be great and if I'm going to achieve something great, then I need to find a way to actually start making this money that they told me that it's in freelancing. And I had to do my research and I found out that if you're working with foreign clients, you get paid more. So I started working with foreign clients, got my first job at $100. That time, around 2018, if you use World Remit, it should be like 36,000 naira, right? And that was like times 3 my monthly salary for a job that took me only 5 days to complete. I remember it vividly well. I was writing product description for this guy that sells gaming stuff, game pads, game consoles, and the rest of that online, right? And it was really awesome. I was like, if this is how it is, and imagine if I can continue going up and up. And that's how I've gotten to the level where my highest paying gig, the highest someone has paid me now for a job, is $7,000 for a single job, right? And by God's grace, for the end of this year, I'll get a job that will pay me $8,000 for a single gig, for maybe a sales page, for maybe for a marketing campaign, and the rest of that. And we keep going upwards from there. So basically, what I'm telling you that is that you don't want to work with Nigerian clients. I have a strict no working with Nigerian clients policy rule as a freelancer, unless you like to suffer, in which case it's entirely up to you. You do what works best for you. Okay. So let's keep moving. Now, the high income skill number 5 you get is the UI/UX design course for beginners, right? So you know UI UX design. So this is basically user interface versus user experience. So the WhatsApp you're using now, the interface you're saying and how it is easy for you to navigate, to post your status and the rest of that. A UI UX designer designed that, right? So this is what UI UX designers do. And my favorite thing about UI UX design is that it's an extreme high paying income skill. So like, I don't see a scenario where you're getting any job below $1,000. Like even if you're a beginner and the rest of that, right? So that's the best thing. You're going to learn how to design user interfaces. You're going to learn how to design, how to streamline the experience, how to use colors, and basically some HTML and CMS there. I have on that UI UX design course being added to the HPF Academy. You're going to get access to everything when you join the High Page Freelancers Premium program today, okay? So yeah, one of my students, and I was like, he was like, I might be moving to Portugal soon, but he didn't take the offer again. He was like, I don't drop the offer. I work with a Berlin firm now, $40,000 per annum, $40K per annum. They pay monthly, so that's around $3,000, right? And this is for UI UX design, right? If he decided to go with the Portugal firm, they would have processed his visa and he would have moved to Portugal, all from freelancing, all from having a high income skill that is important to these companies that they are willing to hire you when if you're not from their country and the rest of that, by putting yourself on the global scale and making the most money out of it, okay? So that's for Philip Odulaja. And yes, sorry about that, basically. So that's a testimonial from someone who has learned the UI UX design course in the HPF Premium program, okay? So the next high income skill you get, like I said, I understand that not everyone wants to be a writer, not everyone wants to be a designer. So like I made this a variety and you get access to everything here. You decide which one you want to do. If at some point you say, okay, I don't want to be a copywriter again, I want to do UI UX design, that's fine. It's still going to be your access. You have lifetime access to it, okay? So fourth thing you get is high income skill number 6, technical writing course. Technical writing, in my opinion, is the second highest paying writing skill you can have. It's basically you breaking complex terms down into the simplest manners. Like, let's say a company is designing a new type of laptop. A technical writer will break it and present it to people in the easiest manner, right? And where you see technical writers flourish the most is in the crypto industry. And that's why they are so fucking well paid for it as a technical writer. So you're going to learn technical writing. I have someone creating the course for it and it's going to be added. Now, please note, this has not been added yet, but I've already paid the course creator. I pay a lot of money to get course creators to list their destiny on my platform, right? So I already paid the course creator to create this and it's going to be added. Okay, so that's the 6th high income skill you get access to when you join the HPF Premium program today. Now, high income skill number 7 is web development. If you want to be a web developer, you are going to learn how to do that. I've already paid someone to get this added. And all of this should be completed within now and the next 2 weeks or at maximum. But the remaining 5 high income skills are already available. These are the new ones we are adding, and you are going to get full access to them at whatever payment amount you make today. You are going to get full access to them, even when the price increases, okay? High income skill number 8, become a rockstar virtual assistant. Now, virtual assistant is one of the easiest jobs you can do because you're either replying messages, you are doing outreach, you are scheduling calendars for your clients, or you are replying messages, or you're creating a content calendar for them if you know how to do that, right? That's basically it. That's one of the easiest things you can actually do. as a virtual assistant, and you are going to learn how to do that in the High Paid Freelancer Premium program, okay? So these are 8 high income skills that you get, and you have to pick one. Please, I'm begging you, I'm on my knees. Pick one. Don't learn everything. Unless you want to switch, that's fine. But pick one, pick the distance, and you get the most results out of it. So whichever one resonates with you out of all the ones I've mentioned, you can go ahead and pick it, okay? Now, with this knowledge at your fingertips, you can now become a modern making money freelance machine because you have 8 high income skills that are in high demand and can get you paid thousands of dollars. Very important, one of the most important things. And now you know how to get high paying clients. You know how to position yourself where clients are, and they can hire you. Not just any type of clients, but clients from the first world countries, businesses from the first world countries, and they can hire you, okay? But wait, there's still more, okay? If you get the High Paid Freelancer Premium program today, I will add some extra bonuses for you. So free bonus resource number 1 you get is full access to the members area, so you can ask questions, get in touch with me. I reply messages there from time to time. We hold meetings there from time to time. I think I held one with my students this Thursday. We're going to probably hold one again next week and the rest of that. And you get access to the recordings and the rest that we've already had from the previous ones we've listened. But the main point of this full members to the members area is that you are able to have a community of freelancers you can grow with. So you don't get any problem where you want face to face, never faced before. Let me put it in pidgin for you, simply. So it helps speed up your progress because you have a community of like-minded people who are doing what it is you do, okay? So that's free bonus resource number 1. Free bonus resource number 2, how to get your first clients in 2 weeks or less. So this is for those of you who already have a skill and want to join. You already have maybe, you're already a copywriter, you're already something. You can use this resource to fast track your project getting your first clients. But if you do not have a high income skill yet, and you are going to learn a high income skill from the High Paid Freelancers Premium program, then once you're done with that aspect, you can come to this free bonus resource number 2 and fast track your way to getting your first clients in the fastest possible time, okay? I show you everything you need to do step by step, what you need to say, what groups you need to post on, and the rest of that. Free bonus resource number 3, access to periodic meetings and masterminds to help you find your feet faster. So I hold periodic meetings and masterminds. I hold periodic classes with my students from time to time. We hold it on Zoom here and the rest of that. And these have all been recorded. So you are going to get access to the recorded versions, not just the recorded versions. You are also going to get access to the future versions of the ones we're going to hold today. So like if you join today and we're holding next week Friday, you are free to join. You have full access to it. Okay. And from the ones we're holding from now to the end of the year to next year to the next 2 years and the rest of that, you have full access to it, all right? Free bonus resource number 4, closer secrets, how to close more deals by asking the right questions. Now, this might confuse you a little bit, but let me just explain it in the simplest possible terms. Let's say, God forbid, you are sick and you have a headache, right? And you go to meet 2 doctors. The first doctor you meet, he says, we need to do surgery. That's like, he didn't want anything, like, you told him you have a headache, and like, all right, we need to do surgery. You'd be skeptical to go with that doctor, right? But the second doctor you meet, he asks you, okay, when did the headache start? You're like 2 days ago. Okay, is the headache from the right side of your head or the left side? Or is it like a full brain headache? Where are you feeling the pain the most? And you tell him, and he was like, did you hit your head against any this thing? Did you hit your head hard within the past few days? And he tells you, he asks you questions, right? Which of these doctors will you be more, and at the end of the day, the second doctor still says you need to do surgery, right? Which of these 2 doctors will you be more comfortable having operate on you? Dr. 1 or Dr. 2. Now, obviously, you go with Dr. 2 because Dr. 2 actually asked you specific questions and basically asked you specific questions, and you're like, okay, that's cool. But that's the same thing it is when you come to the freelancing space. A client says they need a job done. You don't just rush and say what it is, that you can do it for them. You ask specific questions. That way, you see that particular doctor ask you a lot of questions as an expert. That way, your clients can also see you as an expert. So you see, subtle psychological hacks like this is stuff you're going to learn. That's going to like propel your journey smooth for you, okay? So free bonus resource number 5, the 02K challenge. This is a challenge I designed last year. You're going to get access to last year access of the 02K challenge, how to go from $0 to $2,000 per month in the fastest time possible. You're going to get templates. You're going to get free pitching proposal templates, pitching templates. You're going to know what to do. You're going to get a calendar to follow to actually do this step by step, what you need to do, how many proposals you need to send, and the rest of that for the 02K challenge. And this is available to you immediately you sign up for it today. Okay, that's free bonus number 5. Free bonus number 6 is 3 payment methods to receive your money the right way. So, like I said, if you are still in Nigeria, you're receiving your money in, let's say you get paid $1,000. If you receive it through CBN direct rates, voila, because Your $1,000 will come at 450K, which is still decent money. But if you receive it through a good exchange rate at today, you're not receiving it as anything less than 710,000 there, 720,000 there, right? Even if like your exchanger collects their own commission and the rest of that. So I'm going to show you how you can actually avoid such pitfalls, because there was a time I was actually massively losing money to the exchange rate because I didn't know better, right? So you're going to learn how to avoid that type of pitfall, because definitely you're going to get your gigs once you start implementing, and you need to receive your money in the best amount. So free bonus resource number 7 is 1 year free membership to the HPF Academy. So this is the academy platform I built, and we are still building it basically to teach people freelancing and high income skills and how to sell them out into the industry. You're going to get free 1 year membership to this platform, okay? You also get certifications for each course you take. So if it's the copywriting course you take and you want a certification, you can simply go on the HPF Academy platform, take your test, get your certification. If it's UI UX design, you can take it. Now you have proof that, okay, this is tangible. Here's my certificates. And you can take it on Upwork and LinkedIn and actually list it out there. And it will actually help you for the long term in positioning yourself as an expert and getting high paying skills, okay? So here's an example of what the certificate looks like. Student's name, course title, me as the CEO, here's my signature, and there will be the signature of your tutor who would actually take you through the program, okay? So as you can see, I've included everything you need to take your first step on the freelancer's path to earning at least $1,000 per project, without you needing much experience, without you needing a degree, without you needing to wait for years at a Nigerian job, without you having to see shege in the hands of Nigerian employers, without you being the most gifted in your industry, without you relying on luck. Very important. I don't believe that luck is random. The decision you make today is going to decide where you're going to be in the next 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, 3 months, 1 year from now, right? And why your friend might say you might be lucky, you know, that if you didn't take the decision, that luck that they're saying came around to you would never have come, right? So you're going to learn how to do all of this without you needing much experience, without needing the degree or any of these kind of things. So please note that all these materials are in video, PDF, and recording formats. So they are instantly available to you today once you get into the HPF Premium program. Now, how much does it cost to enroll for the High Paid Freelancers Premium program? In a minute, I'll tell you, but first I wanted to look at these testimonials. So here's one from my student, Timileyin Onanobi. He's like, luckily the client retained me and I've been milking him. Let's go. I was like, I'm coming to Dubai soon, because he said, I stay in Dubai, by the way. And he's like, this thing. I'm like, once you can afford it, do so. Your mind will stretch. And that's true, because Dubai is fucking expensive. Your mind will stretch to how much money is out there in the world, okay? So it's like, lots of my life has changed. You're like, my life has changed, Walter. At home, my parents don't even look at me the same anymore. Even amongst my guys, God, I'm so grateful. I bless the day I messaged you, from $8,000 to $8,000 or more. So you can see, right, that was for like a class I held last year. And you can see right here, you can see since start, 506 hours is an hourly payment gig. And down here, please look closely, you can see he works on 4 hours that week, and it's $15 per hour. So he made $1,110 in a single week, right? Timileyin currently has made over $20,000 plus. I think it should be up to $30,000 now from the last time when I got this testimonial, right? So here's another one. He's like, I didn't even say his name, but basically, he's like, the person is like, I need a person full-time. How old are you? I'm 18. He's like, wow, good for you. You should be proud of yourself. Thank you. I can hire you for $750 per month. But first, I have to talk with the team. And this guy got back to me. He talked to the team and he got the job. Now, imagine if your first job is $750 per month, right? Like, that is still decent money, because that's basically 540,000 naira per month for it. So if we look over here, we can see, okay, this is our UI UX designer against, like, I work with a Berlin firm now, $40,000 per annum. That's around $3,000 per month. So if we want to do a complete math setup for that, it's 40 divided by 12. So he's earning $3,300 per month, right? $3,300 per month times 7. That's 2.4 million naira per month as a UI UX designer working with, and you're just doing it from your laptop. You can be in school and work, you can be in your office and work, you can be in your room and work, and the rest of that, and you're getting paid real money for it, real good money for it, okay? And here's one more testimonial, like, Bo, I owe you a lot. Ever since I took your advice, I've been getting lots of interviews. I finally got a project to design a website for $1,300 today. Thank you, sir. So which Nigerian company will want to pay you $1,300 for a website? I'm not saying they are not there, but like the pool is very small of clients who are willing to pay you up to this thing, because $1,300 is close to $1 million now, right? If you do 1,300 times, let's just say, right, that's if we do that's 739, right? That's 960,000 there. Most Nigerian companies don't want to pay you that amount of money for a single website, right? So you want to put yourself where the people who have the money to pay you are plenty, and that's what this program does for you. So be honest to yourself. How much do you think it is worth for someone to show you how to land jobs like this, even if you have no skill? Talk true to yourself in your heart of hearts, right? Because like if you're getting a job, if your first job can be $1,000, I don't see any reason why you can't pay $200 to learn the skill when your first job is going to be $1,000. And keep in mind, you're not just going to stop at earning $1,000. You're going to keep earning more and more and more. If you get a job at $1,000 per month, that means you're making $12,000 a year. And keep in mind, you can, as a freelancer, you don't have to work with just one client. You can work with 4 clients, right? Me personally, I work with 2 clients on retainers, and that's basically it. And now remember, here's all you'll be getting: the beginner-friendly Upwork Mastery course was over 100K, but you're not going to pay 100K, obviously. The LinkedIn Outbound Client Acquisition Masterclass was over 150. The Facebook Client Acquisition System, the Kick-Ass Copywriting course, the Content Writing and Content Marketing Crash course, the Full Stack Digital Marketing course, the Social Media Marketing School, the UI UX Design course for beginners, the bonus 1, full access to the members area, bonus 2, how to get your first client in 2 weeks or less, bonus 3, lifetime access to periodic meetings and masterminds worth over 100,000. And let me just shift this because I think this cursor is blocking my screen. Bonus 4, closer secrets and how to close more deals by asking the right questions. Let's continue. Bonus 5, the 02K challenge, bonus 6, and the rest of that. And you're also going to get access to the 3 new high income skills you're adding, which is become a Rockstar virtual assistant, the web developer course, and the technical writing course. You get access to all of this when you make a single payment today. You're not going to pay anything else again. You don't need to pay money basically as a freelancer to get jobs too. That's the best part of this whole thing. So it's like a zero-sum game. You can run it with zero-sum as long as you have internet on your phone or your laptop, right? So bring the total worth to over 990,000 naira, but you're not going to pay that, obviously, okay? On average, sorry about that, guys. On average, it won't cost you less than $20 to learn just one skill here. So I dare you go on Google now and type how much does it cost to learn copywriting in Nigeria, or how much does it cost to learn web development, or how much does it cost to learn content writing and the rest of that, and see how much they're pulling out for those courses, right? Now, imagine if you're going to learn 3, that means you have to pay $100, but you're not going to be paying any of those high amounts today, okay? You won't be paying $200 or anything close to that amount today, and you still get everything mentioned here. The regular price to get into the high paid faster premium program costs 50,000 naira, and this is like a fixed price. That's what people are paying currently. But for those of you who are with me right here, right now on this webinar, and for the first 10 people to take advantage of this offer right now, you get a special benefit. This special benefit, the first 10 people to make payments right now, I'm not going to give it to anybody else. If you're not among the first 10 people, don't ask me for it. I'm not going to give it to you. You already have enough. And this is my personal code messaging script, my personal script I use for outreach to reach out to clients and get them to respond in the fastest time possible, not just in the fastest time possible, and get them to also hire me and get them to get on the sales call and hire me, right? This is only for the first 10 people. You guys know, I believe you guys should have an idea of the kind of person I am by now. If you're not among the first 10, you're not getting it, okay? But like the rest of you who are still here with me on this webinar, you are still getting something special, and that's a massive price slash. In fact, the thing is paining me as I'm thinking about the price slash I want to give to you now. Okay, so you pay only 25,000 naira. For those of you on this webinar, those of you who stayed from beginning to end of this webinar, you get to pay only 25,000 naira. And keep in mind, this 25,000 naira is between today is Saturday, right? Today and Wednesday. After Wednesday, the discount is off. You get to pay the full price of 50,000 naira. That is it. You get to pay the full price of people are paying. I feel like I'm cheating people because I don't know, it's too much. That's the main thing, basically. After Wednesday, it's going back to 50,000 naira. And I would really implore you not to actually test me, because if you send it after Wednesday, I'm going to refund you your money. It's as simple as that, okay? And you still get everything mentioned here. So simply send 25,000 naira to the following account details: 00896200822 Sterling Bank. You will see my name out there, Walter Chukwuebuka Eninaya, and you will be able to make the payments. So I'm with my phone right now, and I'm going to see the first 10 people to actually make the payments. Okay? So for those of you who need to, like, what do we call it? Copy and paste this. Let me just copy this out for you guys. So this is it. and paste it in the chat. If you are making payment now and you want to be among the first 10 people, then it's now or never, because I'm just okay. First person has done their thing. Okay. So that's the account number. Yeah, the first 10 people is still 25,000 there, but I'm going to get that special discount. That's special script that I don't really share. And I cannot give it to more than 10 people because it's going like basically, let's not even talk too much. Okay, so this is the account number you make payment to, and we'll soon be rounding up and the rest of that. Okay, so 0089620022 Sterling Bank, Walter Chukwuemeka. You make the 25,000 naira payment to that account, and I would see. And what after you've done that, send a screenshot and your email to my DM with the words webinar discount. So as you're sending a screenshot to my email, you put the words webinar discount there, so I can easily see your message and I can send access to your email. Okay. One more thing. Here are some more testimonials I got from my students this morning. So like, here is one, Peter, I think he's a web designer. He's like, Walter, how are you? Remember this? Them now hire me, $2,000 per month, a design role. And you can see the welcome email they sent to him out here, right? You can easily see that. So here's another one, Cassie was like, I saw one scam related post to your update yesterday about people calling you a scam. I believe all those people. But like that, people say that that's not my business, to be honest. And it's like, so if you look, it's like sharing a testimonial, your screenshot, and you can see how much he has made from the program. You can see $1,200, $200, $1,300, $1,500, and gigs he has closed solely on Upwork alone, right? Moving forward. This is the same guy who is a graphics designer. Who is a social media marketer, Anetiti F. Young. I just got a gig of $2,600 and the client wants me to make payment now, right? And this Frances. Frances is a mother and it's like she works from home too. And you can see an ideal job now should be paying less than 1.5 a month. Avoid broke clients, right? Cool. So she was like, I was like, how much has she earned on Upwork? And she was like, on Upwork, she has made over $8,000. But some contacts have moved her offline and she has made over $3,000 there. So in combination, this year alone, she has made over $11,000 from freelancing. And this is like, I got 4 job offers on LinkedIn and 6 offers from this thing, from LinkedIn. Thank you, coach. Okay, so I'm seeing like, I've seen like 4 people now as well. I don't know if you guys can see my screen. I've seen like 4 people now. I know before we end this webinar, you guys are, I know more people are going to complete it. So I know I'm going to get my first 10 people as well on this webinar. The rest of you from now to Wednesday, you can still make the payments of 25,000 there, but you won't be getting that special script I'll be giving to the first 10 people, okay? 00, so this is the account number to make payment to 00, let me remove this, my video. 0089620022. Sterling Bank. You're going to see my name there, Walter C. in there, and you would be able to basically make payment to that account. And also send the screenshots and your email to my DM with the words webinar discounts. Very important. I'm the only admin in the group, so it should not be hard for you to find, okay? Now let's talk about frequently asked questions. So once we go through this, you guys can ask your questions. Get ready and start typing your questions in the chat box and we can proceed. Can I do this with my phone? 100% yes. But this depends on the type of skill you are using, right? If you are doing technical writing or copywriting or any of those kind of things, you don't want to, you can use your phone basically because it's a writing skill. But if you want to do something like UI, UX design, web development and the rest of that, you obviously can't do that with your phone, okay? Very important that you take note of that. I mean, if I'm saying let me just on my notifications so that let it not be as if I'm saying people are making payments and you're not hearing it, okay? So maybe the next one to come in now, you guys will hear it. I've on my notifications. All right. So when is this program starting? Has it started? When is this program starting or has it started already? It's an online program and immediately you make payments. I'm going to send you access to it and you have, it's basically out there and you can go through it at your own pace. Maybe you're someone who works 9 to 5 and you only have time in the evening to go through it. That's fine. It's not like it's going to be a series of classes, right? So that's question number 2. Question number 3, what if I have a job or I'm a busy student? Can I still do this on the side? Yes, but here's the catch. You want to be able to spare nothing below 2 hours a day if you want to. If you don't have up to 2 hours free a day, then sorry, don't pay for it. This is not for you, right? So 2 to 4 hours a day, and you would be able to see massive progress from it. And I believe anyone who is really serious about making money for freelancing or serious in doing something can spare 2 hours a day. It's not that hard, okay? What if I don't have a digital skill? That's why there are 5 or 8 high income skills in the iPage Freelancer Premium program. And these skills are going to show you what, and these skills, you're going to decide which one you want to do, which is the Kick-Ass Copywriting, content writing, digital marketing, social media marketing school, UI UX design, technical writing, become a registered virtual assistant, and web development. Remember, pick only one, go through it, and you should be good to go. So we'll soon be ending. So type your questions in the chat box and I'll start going through them. Okay. Am I going to pay for anything else? No, absolutely not. Upon payment, you won't be asked to pay for anything else. Neither with this, and also freelancing basically requires no startup costs. You're not going to be paying for anything else. How long until I get my first client and start making money? I could easily tell you that in 2 weeks or less, you get your first client and start making money. And I have proof to back that up. But here's the thing, not everyone gets their first clients that fast. Some take up to 1 month or more. The only thing I can guarantee you is that you can focus on implementing ruthlessly and patiently. If you can focus on implementing ruthlessly and patiently, what I've shown you, you will get your first paying client, or you get paying clients upwards of $1,000 per project, much sooner than you can expect. How long will it take? Sorry. How long will I have access to the program and everything else you've promised once I sign up today? You have a lifetime access to everything, so you can relax and go through it at your own pace. Okay? It's totally online and you can go through it at your own pace, at your own free time, and you can go through it, okay? How long will it take me to go through the program and start implementing? This usually depends on your hunger for success and how, and how fast, sorry. This usually depends on your hunger for success and how much time you have, right? See, in fact, basically, it takes approximately 15 to 20 days for you to go through everything, especially if you don't have a skill. If you have a skill, it takes you way less already. It shortens the call for you. But like I said, it depends on how fast you want to go through it. The person who is putting in 6 hours every day is going to get more results, or is going to go through it faster and start implementing, than the person who is putting in 2 hours a day. But what matters is the end goal. So even if it takes you a month, if you are the kind of person who is putting in 2 hours a day, it's still fine. The end result is that your income is going to skyrocket once you actually have a good skill and you start selling it to foreign clients, okay? Do I need to go through every section of this program before I get my first client to start making money? 100% no. Let me tell you something. There is no way you can go through every inch of this program, right? Because the high income skills alone, it's massive. The client acquisition aspect section is massive. There are some I didn't even mention on this webinar slides, like you using cold emails to get clients, like you using Reddit to get clients, like you using Google Maps to get clients. These are in the client acquisition aspects. I just didn't mention them here, but they're part of the bonuses, right? Because I didn't want to make this webinar way too long. Those are inside the course. So what you need to do is pick one high income skill and learn. What could that high income skill be? That's entirely your choice. You pick, because there are 5 available now, and the remaining 3 are being added. I've already paid them tons of money to actually create it, and I'm listing it on the Href Academy platform as they are uploading it, right? Pick one high income skill, only one, if you want to get the fastest results. Go to the client acquisition aspects. Maybe you want to use Upwork, maybe you want to use LinkedIn, maybe you want to use Facebook or cold emails or the rest of that. You take 1 or 2 of that and start selling your skill via that client acquisition aspect, and you will make the most results in no time, okay? Will the price of this program increase anytime soon? Well, definitely. For those of you to be honest, this 25K discount is literally a ripoff to me. People are paying 50,000 naira. If I want to do something reasonable, I should have said maybe 35,000 naira or 40,000 naira discounts, but I gave you guys 25,000 naira because, in fact, let me know, it's a girl that talked me into doing this discount for you people. So you guys should just know that the power of woman, people should be thanking her wherever she is. Right? And like I said, once it's Wednesday, this is over. This is off. If you send me 25,000 on Thursday, I personally, Walter, I will refund you your money. I will not accept you into my course for 25,000. No matter what you say your excuse was, it's not going to happen, because that's basically it, okay? Now, listen, hopefully I've been able to answer all your questions. So this is the account to make payment to 0089620022. Sterling Bank, Walter Chukwuebuka Einaya. So let me start going through your questions in the comment section, okay? So someone said, I'm seeing one now. I like this question. I love it. Walter, from your experience, how easy has it been for foreign clients to trust Nigerians for jobs? Let me tell you, sure, sometimes you think Nigerians have bad PR, and somehow we do. But your major, like now, I've been in UAE for some time now, but I'm still not, I've not even changed my distance. Sorry. I've not even changed my location to the UAE yet, and I'm still getting jobs with my Nigerian profile, with my location being Nigeria. So what I want to explain to you in that aspect is that it's quite easy. Now, the market doesn't care where you are from or the rest of that. What matters is, can you do the job well? What value are you bringing to the table? If you can do it well, then they are going to hire you, okay? And most of my students, all of them are using all Nigerian locations and this, and they will hire you as long as you can speak and you can understand and speak English, you have a good skill, and you can actually solve the problem, then you're good to go. Someone said, Perez says to verify and choose one course right now. You can actually choose more than one, guys. Like, it's very possible for you to choose more than one, but I would not advise that. Now, why would I not advise that? It's simple. You want the fastest progress, and you can just choose only copywriting if copywriting you want to do, or this thing, graphic or UI UX design, or the rest of that. Is that what you want to do? You can choose more than one because, like I said, you have access to everything, which if you want to go through all the 8, it's still your choice. But if you want to get the fastest results, I know Nigerians are all about fast results, basically. Then you want to pick only one and focus on it. And the second reason you want that is you don't want your mind to be scattered all over the place. You want to be offering one income skill so that you are becoming an expert in that. So that even if your first gig is at $500, $200, $1,000, as you get better on that same skill sets and do more jobs for clients in that same skill set, you can start charging $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 and above that, okay? Mohammed says, if I pick one, am I paying for, you're paying for everything, then you get to choose which one you want, right? You get access to everything with the payment of only 25,000 naira so on this call. So that person asking for the account number, yeah, it is. Excuse, let me just 0089620022 Sterling Bank, Walter Chukwuebuka Aina. So that's where you make payment to. Sorry, I beg. Let's just, so that's where. And also send a screenshot with your email to my DM with the words webinar discount. I will drop my number here in case there is someone who doesn't have my number. But I believe if you just go to the listing, you should see my number there. I should have relayed it to you guys, okay? So that should be, sorry, I'm feeling dizzy. Okay. Okay. So I have, by the way, the first 10 people have already passed though. Like, that's still awesome, right? Or I might just even, I might just even vex and give it to everyone who makes payments from now to when this call ends. I might just do that. Okay. So your questions, you're paying 25,000 naira to the person asking how much are you paying. So your questions, guys, your questions. I'm going to, let me start scrolling through them. I know some of them have gone up, right? So someone says, can I pay 10K now and pay the rest before Wednesday and still enjoy the bonuses for the first 10? Unfortunately, that won't work for the first 10. But however, you can secure your slots by making payments now and making the rest of the payment later. Okay? But if it's for securing your slots, then if it's for securing your slot for the first 10 people, no. But if for securing your slots for the rest of the discount, that's fine. So someone says, how do we get to you after payments? That's not a problem. So number one, you can simply get my number from the group chats, because like even when you landed in my DM, you saw it like, but let me type my number here, 090-0906-139-7059. So that's my WhatsApp number. You can text me there with a screenshot of your payments and with the words webinar discounts, okay? Awesome, awesome. Oh, sorry. So guys, I'm still looking for questions. Oh, ask me questions. Ask me questions. Someone is saying, please, sir, I don't understand. If you don't understand, that means it means you came to the webinar late. So what I will do, this is being recorded. I will share the recording with you and you're good to go. Okay. I think I have over 25 people who have made payment now. So that's good. And I don't know if you guys can see it here. So that's the notification for it. Okay. How much time will you have to attend to your students? Faith is asking. I don't have much time to attend to my students, which is why when I attend to them, which is why number one, I have assistants who are there to answer most of the questions you guys will have. Number two, I periodically host meetings with them now, the way we are conversing now. But this one, the mic will be unmuted because you're my student and you can ask me questions, send me something you're having problem with and I can solve it for you. So that's how much time I make available for my students. And for me, that's very good, at least once a week or twice or once in 2 weeks, or twice a week, depending on the frequency of it, right? The last class me and my students held was this Thursday, which is pretty close. And I know this new week is not going to exceed without us holding on that class. That's how it is, okay? And then there's the group chat. I also come to the group chat as often as I can and answer questions. Maybe if you ask a question and any of my assistants can't answer it, that's fine. They will send it to me. They have personal access to me, and I will answer it, and they will bring that thing to you, okay? So how can you send screenshot to my WhatsApp now? I'm looking for questions pertaining to this webinar, guys. I want to answer questions. You're not sending the listen to my email, you're sending it to my WhatsApp, and then you drop your own email and I will send access to you. Kevin is saying, please make it a week. It cannot be a week or 25K. From 50K to 25K, you want it to be a week. It's not possible. It's not happening. I'm sorry about that, guys. This is paining myself. Okay, so I'm just going to be going through the latest questions because I think everybody just asking about payments and the top questions. Okay, so let me go through the latest questions. Sir, please, I'm a very busy person. How can I make it to the program? Because I have interest in the program. So like I said earlier, it depends on how busy you are, right? I'll be very honest with you. If you're someone who does not have up to 2 hours a day to spare to go through this program, then don't make the purchase. It's not for you, right? Maybe find but at the same time, if you don't have up to 2 hours a day to spare, you certainly want to make sure you're making a lot of money from whatever it is that's taking your time up like that, right? So that's something you want to consider. But aside from that, we're good to go. But if you have up to 2 hours a day, then sure, you can do it at your own time. If it's early in the morning that works best for you, that's fine. If it's late in the night, that's fine. Someone said there's no graphics design course in the HPF Premium. Please take note of that. What we have is the UI UX design course, okay? Abubakar says, must I have system if I can learn this course? Well, the answer to that is both yes and no. Now, let me explain. If what you want to do is content writing or copywriting or technical writing or maybe social media management, you don't necessarily need a laptop. You don't really need a laptop to do those kind of things. Your phone can do most of the things. But now if you want to do something like UI UX design, web development, and the rest of that, and any maybe programming, if you're already a programmer that is here or something, then you definitely need a laptop. But aside from that, you're good to go. Okay, someone says it's going to be prepared tomorrow. Awesome, no problem. Can you share the recording? I'll share the recording with you guys. I will upload it to YouTube and share the recording with you guys, okay? Someone says, which package do I think is good for you? For someone like me who didn't study computer science and not conversant in most of the terms used. Computer science, okay? What concerns computer science with this thing, right? I didn't study computer science, so that does nothing concerns computer science with freelancing, to be honest. Like nothing brings both of them together. So you want to also think of that. Okay, so whatever skill you decide to go to is what you have most affinity for and what you feel will be easier for you to understand, or what you feel like you really like to do, or what service it feels like you like. So what I'm going to do, this question, I feel like it's something it's coming from someone who didn't attend the entirety of this webinar. So what we're going to do, I'm going to share the recording later this night and you guys can get it, okay? Someone says, please, as a novice in copywriting, what do I need for a good start? I believe that question will be answered in the Kick-Ass Copywriting course, right? It's inside there. Can I use my phone? Samsung S9, nice. That's very good. You can use your phone, obviously. Till today, I'm using the S22 Ultra, Samsung S22 Ultra. So I still use that, right? I still mostly use it for my work. So if I very rarely see me on my laptop doing, maybe except I want to make large scale edits and I just need to see a bigger screen that I can whip out my laptop. Yes, in the course, you will learn how to sign up on Upwork. Sir, is it 25,000 for all the package you mentioned with the course? Yes, it is. After the course, how do I start freelance? There's nothing like after the course, how do you start freelance? The course is going to show you how to start freelance. As you're going through it, you're implementing, you're going to start registering on Upwork, you're going to start reaching out to people on LinkedIn and the rest of that. So you have basically become a freelancer, okay? This make the deadline a week I'm seeing from multiple people. I don't think it's possible, guys, please. You're already robbing me. Half pay, like that's 50% off. Like that's crazy. I beg. Me self, it's give me headache as I think about that. So someone said, is the cost for those looking for full-time remote job with a foreign company? No. There are two types of jobs you get as a freelancer. You can get hourly jobs, and those hourly self must not be full-time, or you can get per gig, right? Me personally, I love hourly and per gig, but it depends. But at this career I am now, aside from my 2 retainers, I just take per gig jobs. So per gig can be, they give you a job to design something, or for you to write something, or for you to do something, and they like submit it by next week Wednesday, and your pay is like $500 for that job. So you know what time is free between you and Wednesday for you to actually get everything done, and you submit, right? That's not full time. Same thing with hourly. It can be like that, but each time you're working on a job, you track your hours or how many hours you have spent doing that job, and you get paid for it at when you deliver the job. Now, full-time remote job is awesome because the pay is usually mad. You can easily quit whatever job it is you're doing now, focus on it full-time if you get a full-time job. So it can be like $20 per hour. I have some students who have full-time jobs, $20 per hour, $40 per hour for 8 hours a day times 5 days a week, right? That's a full-time job, and you're getting paid like $3,000 at the end of the month, $2,400, $5,000, depending on the hourly rates at the end of the month. And the best part about this is that they pay you something like either weekly or bi-weekly. That's the way most people pay. Some people pay you monthly too, but like most people pay you either weekly or bi-weekly, which is basically every 2 weeks. Okay. Yeah, you're DMing me on WhatsApp. The account number is on the screen. I'm still sharing. 0089620022 Sterling Bank, Walter Chukwuebuka in. Make the payment and I'll see what I can do, okay? I'm a student. How can I juggle between learning the course of my choice and schooling? I don't think I'm going to be the one to show you how to do that now. Like I said, if you feel it's not, you cannot do it, then I've given you all the motivation I can give you. But okay, being serious, yes, you can actually juggle it, but you're going to decide what time is going to be free for you now. I'm not the one that's attending classes with you. I'm not the one that knows when you're doing blah, 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 or the rest of that. So you decide how you're going to. Basically, if you want to make it work, you'll make it work. That's the answer. Praise says, is it advisable to use an old Upwork account to look for a job? It depends. Did you verify that account with your ID? If yes, and the account has no problems, then it's fine. Just reactivate your account and you're good to go. I'm saying, let me just go. Someone is asking when will the class be holding? That's the question. It's not a class, it's a course. Please take note of that. I'm a very skilled web developer. I've had a hard time getting foreign clients. How does this webinar help me? It shows you how to take yourself out of the playing field of you just applying maybe on Upwork or just applying to any job post you see on LinkedIn. But instead, you learn how to reach decision makers and reach people, even people that know that probably need your services, but they've not actually gotten to that aspect that you can actually help. You can send them cold emails. And that way you are separate from the competition when it comes to getting clients, okay? I don't understand what you mean by this. Possibly a record PRO video. I don't understand what you mean by that, please. Okay, let's go through some questions again. What is the possibility of learning more than one skill from this course? The possibility is 100. You can, if you want to learn everything, you can. But like I said, I do not advise that. I do not advise you to learn more than, I do not advise you to learn more than one skill if you want to make the most progress. And like they said, mastery is basically doing something consistently over a period of time. So it's entirely your choice. For someone who has no skills, how long will it take him or her to get your first gig? I'll say it mostly depends on how fast you can learn your skill, the skill set you choose first, right? That's the first thing. Once you've gotten over that hurdle, getting your first gig should not be a problem. And when you are doing that, please, there's this barrier I notice some of my students face, right? So it's simply just keep learning the skill without actually applying for jobs because it's imposter syndrome. They don't feel like they're good enough. To be honest, when you learn a skill or when you're doing anything, sometimes you never feel like you're good enough until you put yourself out there. So once you've learned your skill, you've done the adequate practice, start applying for jobs, okay? That's the only way you get reassurance. My WhatsApp number is not displayed on my screen, it's my account number. Like I said, my WhatsApp number is on the group chat. So simply just go to the admin and send me a message and I will see you. I'm the only admin in the group chat, okay? I'm just seeing a repeat of questions here. So what's the time now, guys? 23:45. So I'm just going to go through a few more questions, and once that is out of the way, then we can end. I'm just seeing only repeated questions here, so I feel like I've answered them. Will the skill acquisition be practical for novices like us? Yes, everything is recorded videos and with tests and activities given to you to do or assignments. So, okay, let me just, so I'm just seeing repeat questions here. No access to the group chat. I don't understand. Let me just type my number here again in case you're having problems with it, right? So 0906-1397059. That's my number. You can chat me up on WhatsApp. Okay. And I will still drop later. I'll be sharing my Dubai number because my DM is always crowded from like Monday to Friday. In fact, it's crowded 247. So later I'll just be sharing my Dubai number so you guys can start reaching out to me from there. Okay. Someone said, what kind of accounts? There are different ways. If your client accepts crypto days, that you can use Payoneer, you can use GPay. There are so many ways you can actually use. So you get that part of your bonus when you get in, okay? Does one or two of the courses complement each other? Sure. Social media marketing complements with copywriting and content writing. So if that's what you want to do, it's fine. Yeah, that's my WhatsApp number. So see, please, Uche and Peter, you're saying you hope this is Jenny. I'm not a reassurance kind of person. You can simply take your time, go and Google. In fact, if you don't believe me, don't pay. It's not anymore. I don't have strength for all these kind of things. I beg. I don't like stress. So what do you mean? I don't understand what you mean by I hope this is genuine. Because I'm not going to start wasting 1 hour of my time to come and start explaining something to you. Please, I don't like those kind of questions. It's not I don't like those kind of questions. It's just that it's annoying because it's something that you can easily find out by yourself, even without me existing. Even if I was not alive today, you can simply use Google and you would find the answer to the question you're asking. Right? You can even Google my name out there. You will see what I do. You will see my LinkedIn profile. You will see my Upwork profile. You will see my YouTube channel, right? So I think I don't have much questions left. Mr. Walter, how can I do this? I don't have so much money even to Wednesday. Any alternative? So if you cannot afford it, here's what I would say. At least you have the information now. You know that, okay, there are people in Nigeria who are making thousands of dollars from freelancing, right? That's something. Maybe you can say you want to, I don't know, but like the knowledge is there. So maybe anytime you have the money, you can make the payment for the course. Although if it's not by Wednesday, you're most likely going to be paying 50,000 naira. Or you can start finding materials you can online. But the disadvantage of that is that it's going to take you way longer. It can take you over a year and the rest of that. But if you're determined, you can still go through it, right? But that's the main thing. You have the knowledge there. At the end of the day, the core reason for me holding this webinar, it's that knowledge. I know how many people have impacted and I know how many people have left here with that knowledge now. And they know that, okay, I don't have to do Yahoo to make money in this life. I don't have to do blah, blah, blah to make money in this life. I can actually make it. There are people making thousands of dollars. Then why not me? Why can me not do it? So that mindset change and the rest of that is what I'm just trying to transfer to you guys for the most part of it. Okay. It's not really scheduled, but at least we hold like twice a month as minimum, right? And that's not a problem. But besides, like I said, any question you have is most likely going to be answered in this thing. What we mostly hold classes for is still question and answers, and also maybe updates, something I just realized, I just discovered as I was working on, like I want to share it with my students, and then we get in the call and we do it, okay? All right, guys. So guys, that should be all. I will share the recording. I will be sending those of you who made payments access now. So see you guys inside, okay?